Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Yes, welcome all. As you are aware, Binduji is dealing with Mandukya Upanishad with Gaudapada Karika. We know that it's very tiny Upanishads having only 12 mantras, but literally expects a whole lot of conversation, discussion. For some, it is not at all so easy to digest also. That's why Gaudapada has written hundreds of Karikas helping us to understand the Upanishad. Now we are in Agama Prakarana only, the first Prakarana. Binduji has covered the very critical mantras. As all of us are aware that the seventh mantra is highly critical and it expects a lot of patience to understand the very message of that mantra. This Upanishad so tiny, but its message is very clear. There is no any ambiguity in the language and in the message also. So I request Bindoji to continue with the same. Thank you. Thank you very much.
ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः प्रज्ञां सुप्रधानैः स्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्टान् पुनरभिधिषणो भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुङ् मायया भोजयन्नो मायासङ्ख्यं तुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विदिजविषयान् प्राश्यभोगान् स्थविष्टान् पश्चाश्चान्यान् स्वपिति विभवान् ज्योतिषात्वेन तूष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरभिशनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगण पार्थोऽसौ न तुरीयः ओमित्येतदक्षरमिदं सर्वं तस्योपव्याख्यानं भूतं भविष्यतीति सर्वम् ओङ्कार एव यच्छान्यत्र कालातीतं तदप्योङ्कार एव सर्वं ह्येतद् ब्रह्म अयमात्मा ब्रह्म सोऽयमात्मा चतुष्पात् जागरितस्थानो बहिःप्रज्ञः सप्ताङ्ग एकोनविंशतिमुखः स्थूलभुक् वैश्वानरः प्रथमः पादः स्वप्नस्थानो अन्तःप्रज्ञः स्वप्नस्थानो अन्तःप्रज्ञः सप्ताङ्क एकोनविंशतिमुखः प्रविविक्तभुक् तैजसो द्वितीयः पादः यत्र स्वप्नो न कञ्चन कामं कामयते यत्न स्वप्नं पश्यति तत् सुषुप्तं सुषुप्तस्थान एकीभूतः प्रज्ञानगण एवम् आनन्दमयः ह्य आनन्दभुक् एको मुखः प्राज्ञस्तुतीयः पादः एष सर्वेश्वर सर्वज्ञः शेष सर्वान्तर्यामी एष योनिः सर्वस्य प्रभवाप्ययो हि भूतानाम् Na andapratnyam, na bahipratnyam, na vedapratnyam, na prajnanaghanam, na prajnam, na apratnyam, adrishyam avyaharyam, agrahyam alakshanam achintyam avyapadesham, ekatma pratyasaram, prapanchopashamam shantam shivam advaitam chaturtam manyende sa atma sa vitneyaha. It is Saptama Sutram. So we saw in the last 2-3 sessions that how the word Turiya is non-comprehensible without Nisheda or without negation. Because the word Turiya is not a word which is normally understood in our regular usages. Even though it is standing for the word Chaturtaha, fourth, the meaning is Turiya and meaning fourth is the same. But fourth, when we listen to the word fourth, it doesn't give us any meaning or any understanding what is it indicating to. Even though it is told in the context of Pradama Padaha, Dvidiya Padaha, Tridiya Padaha, the first aspect, second aspect, and the third aspect of experiences of waking, dreamer, and deep sleep. Then fourth is being mentioned. So the tendency for us to understand the fourth is something unique and extraordinary out of the three, not possible for us to understand in the three. Is it something which we should be looking at it that way? To clarify that only, the seventh mantra is being told that the andapratnyam. Andapratnyam means the awareness which is inner, means experienced inside, without the external sense organs. Na bahi pratnyam, the entire ambit of experiences using our sense organs and the world outside, which is the gross world. Na uveda pratnyam, there is a mix-up state of grossness and subtleness, like a lucidity, lucid dreams and daydreaming, hallucination, etc. So that is Uveda Pratnyam. So it is neither the subtle one which we see as dream or memory, etc., nor it is a gross world of objects through the sense organs, nor is it a mixture of lucid dream or hallucination, etc. So all sorts of experiences have been taken out. Na prajnanaghanam. Now this is where in the earlier mantra you would have said that sushuptasthana ekibodha prajnanaghana. So there they said ekibodha prajnanaghana is the definition given for sushupti. Now how can the sushupti be a prajnanaghana? Because it is nothing other than awareness in its own nature, in the sense it is knowing only itself. Therefore, where there is the prajnana ghana, there here the word is to mainly to ward off any feeling we have something other than that, whether you call it as ignorance, maya, avidya, or anything else in that sleep. To ward off that, prajnana ghana means solid awareness only. Even that is not what is turiya. So it is neither waker nor dreamer, nor the mix-up of dreamer and waking, nor is it the deep sleep. If these three are taken out, what is left out? I have no knowledge of any of those. Anything which is not is what is outside these experiences of mine as an individual, as a jivatma or as an individual, I can relate to all experiences which are within the realm of waking, dream, and deep sleep only. I have no knowledge of anything beyond that. Then the mantra says, na prajnam, na aprajnam. Neither it is the awareness which you are experiencing in the waking, dream, or deep sleep. You may think that is the prajna means it is the awareness which is in the waking and dream and deep sleep, all put together. No, it is not that prajna. That is, it is the sum total of all awareness of waking, dream, and deep sleep. No, it is not. Na prajnam. Na aprajnam. then the question can come, if it is not the awareness of the waking, dream and deep sleep is not what is being told, then there is no prajna at all. There is nothing called our. Is it something which is called, like when it is not light, it is darkness, when we say, or when it is, when the absence of something, we say na vidya avidya. When the knowledge is not there, it's ignorance. So is it something like, na, when prajna is not there, awareness is it a state of no awareness at all? So the Upanishad says na aprajnam, not even that. So all sorts of imaginative transfers or travel which we can think within our own mind using the mind has been nipped and thrown out by the first statement by the Upanishad. It is neither internal nor external, nor the mix of two, nor even the sleep, nor it is the sum total of experiences, nor is it the absence of that. So all have been removed. Then what is it? The natural question will come, then what is it? Adrishyam. Drishyam here means to not visible, but it is not visible alone means. Here it is cognition. And any sort of cognition you can say. Adrishyam means not even you can use anything which we can cognize as that. Avyavaharyam. Now, Vyavaharam is a transaction. For transaction, we have the subject, object, and there is a interaction between the subject and the object. So, Vyavahara is a transaction. Knowing is a Vyavahara in the normal parlance. When I'm knowing an object like a tree or a flower or an animal, the animal, the flower, the tree are the objects and I am the knower, and there is a Vyavahara or a transaction of mind called a knowing. That is called a Vyavahara. But here the mantra says Avyavaharyam. It is not capable of transacting. With that you can't transact. The word has got a special suffix which is warding off the potency for the transaction. It is not saying Avyavahara. It is saying Avyavaharyam. That the word in the end is a suffix which is taking out the potency for transaction. It is not that there is no transaction. Even the potency for transaction is not there by the word Avyavaharyam. Agrahyam. Here grahyam means capable of consuming or capturing. Grahyam, that is the word meaning grahyam means to be understood or to be captured in some way or the other. If not physically, if not mentally, how can I grasp that turiya into my understanding? That is not possible. That is why the sutra says agrahyam. Why it is agrahyam? It should is because it is not a negation. It is not sat, it is not asat, it is not sat asat. So all sorts of possibilities being negated. Therefore, alakshanam. Why it is? Because it is alakshanam. Lakshana means any identifier or any special quality or adjective or some sort of a uniqueness with which we think it can identify that. No, there is no lakshanam for it. Even the word Satyajnanam Anandam Brahma, these are all Lakshana Vakyas, we say that. It is neither Satyam, Anandam, Anandam, Chit, Dhanam. All those words are used in other places, but they are all not Lakshana. There is no Lakshana for it. It is only Lakshya means, see, the word Lakshana has got a uniqueness. Suppose if I am saying that there is a spotted cow, the spot on the body of the cow is a lakshana with which I can differentiate that cow from the other cows which doesn't have spot. it has to be present on the object. Then only I can call it as a Lakshana. But if I am saying a Lakshyam is like an indicator by showing the through the finger, or by saying that on the between the branches of the tree, what you see is the sun. When the father tells is a child, the tree and the branch is not the moon, nor the finger which he is indicating towards that thing. So if the child is either looking at the finger or through the what you call the branch between the branches, or the he is only his vision is fixed at either the finger or the branches, he will not look at the moon which is shining beyond that, because it may not be a full moon. It can be even a new, just one day after the new moon. So there may be a thin line. He may not be able to see it. But father says, yes, there is a moon in the sun, in the sky. Look at that between the branches. So that type of an indication is called Lakshya Vachaka. And this Satyajnanam Anandam is Lakshyate. It is indicating the nature of Brahman, not describing it. But why in the case of Brahman, Turiyam, Atma, the Lakshanas are not there. No way you can identify it, therefore alakshana. And when you don't have a lakshana with which you can, if there is agrahyam, you cannot transact, the potency for transact is nothing is possible, adrishyam, then it becomes achintyam. You cannot even think with your mind. It is not for the mind to grasp a situation where it can grasp something without any of the identifiers or any method with which it. Avyabadesham. Vyabadesham means it is beyond what you call. The word is description. Cannot say description also. Vyapadesham is actually speaking is an unbroken awareness sort of it. You cannot even trace it through a or some way, some method with which you can look at it is not possible. So no way is possible to know what is Turiya. But the Upanishad doesn't make us disheartened or dejected that if it is not knowable, nothing is possible. Then why the hell should I study all that? Or why should I waste my time on, finding something which is not findable? Then the Upanishad takes the positive attitude towards. Yes, it is knowable or it is possible for you to understand. As what? Ekatma Pratyasara. Now, Atma Pratyam is that bodha or awareness with which we say, I am a waker, I am a dreamer, I am a deep sleeper. In all those things, I say, I am, I am, I am, I am. I am the one who is seeing it. I am the one who is sleeping. I am the one who is dreaming. I am, I am. And this I am is what is called Atma Pratyaya. Atma means self or I. Pratyayam means that awareness with which I exist or I am there, and which makes you make a statement that I am the waker, I am the dreamer, I am the sleeper, or I am the one who is eating, I am the one who is walking, I am the all that which has got a unbroken I awareness, onto which we are giving the further adjectives like dreamer, waker, deep sleeper, walker, eater, all those additional words which we add, it is as the karta of that or the doer of such actions. But that takes a presupposition of the existence of I. The I as an existence is what is called Atma Pratyaya. Now, Atma Pratyayam, when it is given a Ekatma Pratyayam, is like Eka means it is not one here. Unbroken or never ending. Therefore, only one. If it breaks into avayava rupena or as a parts and part, you can split it into parts. I was the waker, I was the dreamer, I was the deep sleeper. We are breaking it. But if you really look at, if it had really broken, then the awareness would not have been able to cognize that I was a dreamer. You were there very much in the dream to come in the waking to say I was the dreamer or I had a good sleep. So that continuity is what is indicated by the word ekaha, means one unbroken or continuous awareness that I am, and the essence of it, that I am is not what is being indicated. The turiya is the essence or the nature of that with which we all say I am. I am not what is turiya. The essence of the word I am, which is unbroken in all experiences, ever since we know and we are cognizing or we are transacting, we are doing anything, or even when we are thinking without doing any activity, that I am is present. The essence of that I am, which is the substratum or which is the nature of that I, is what is called by the word ekatma pratyaya saram. And how will I know when is that? It is like prapanchopashamam. Prapancham here indicates all experiences, whether it is waking, dream or deep sleep, doesn't matter, or even the mixer of these things. Entire thing put together is the word prapancha. When the prapanchopashamam takes place, what remains is turiya. That means when you have the essence of I without any experience of the world of any sort of, whether subtle, gross, or even the ignorance of the deep sleep. Nothing of that sort is perceiving that, but at the same time, the essence of the I, who is aware of all the three states or beyond, is what will become itself aware, is the nature of your reality. That is the saram. And how is it? Shantam. Because there is nothing to disturb it. It is the most peaceful. It is the peace in its own essence. We know only peace in the form of absence of disturbance is what is we call it as peace. But it is not the peace which he is talking the by word Shantam. Shantam is the substratum where no disturbances can ever touch it. Shivam. Shivam here, Mangalam or pure, means that it is a pure peace or pure bliss or pure untainted or untouchable happiness or a bliss or purity of that happiness is what is the nature of Turiya, or that is our nature, Turiya. Advaitam, there is no two. It's only that is there. If there is something other than that, then it will not become Shantam. It will not become Shivam. Because the pure, it cannot be pure if there is something other than that. So the Shivam word is also equal to Advaitam. The Shantam word is equal to Advaitam because it is giving that there is nothing other than that. And that is Chaturtam Manyante. That is what is to be understood as the fourth. Sa Atma. That is Atma means that is the Ekatma Pratyaya Saram Atma. Not the Atma which you think you are now. The I which we say, the I am the Viveker, I am the dreamer, I am the deep sleeper, is the I which we all know. It is not that Atma. That Atma, which is called the fourth, considered to be the fourth, which is present when all the three states of Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti is Upashamam, Prapanchopashamam, when it happens, in the form of pure bliss, without any contamination, Advaitam, in the purity of non-duality, which is to be known as the fourth in the in this mantra which we have been talking till now. Sa Atma and Sa Vitneyaha. Here is the Vidhi from the Upanishad. Know that is the Turiya, your real nature. That is the real nature not only of yours. That is the only thing which is there. It is not your nature or my nature or the nature of the world or everything. No. When Prapanchopashaman takes place, when the whole world dissolves in that purity of awareness, neither I, neither the world, nor the objects, nor the mountains, planets, sun, moon, etc., nothing is there. It is the pure essence of it. Sa Atma. That is the self which takes the shape of the individual. And when he is in the waking, he says, I am the waker. When he is in the dream, he says, I am the dreamer. When he is in deep sleep, he says, I am the one who is sleeping. All those things are association which is appearing to have taken place, but the nature of it is pure. Savitneyaha, the order from the Upanishad is know that as Atma, as your nature, your true nature, not what you think. Nedam iditam upasade, not what you think as you are now. Or even if you think that you are a jnani or sarvatnya or all the things which you can combine to into think of imagination, throw out of your window, and what remains is the purity. That is what is to be known. Sa Atma Savitneya. This is what is the seventh mantra says. Those who have understood this, there is no need for listening any further. With this, the Upanishad mantra, Upanishad instruction, the Vidivakya is over. The instruction of the Upanishad is over with this. Savitneya. Know that. Finished. But as we are all know, it is agrahyam, alakshanam, achintyam. So it is not easy for us to understand what is the turiyam manyante atma savitneha. What is that to be understood as a fourth, or what is my pure nature of myself is not possible for us to understand. So the Upanishad, Paramakarunika, she is being addressed as the mother who is so much in love with the child. That Upanishad understood that it is not so easy for us who are the listeners to understand its purpose. So she is taking further for the methodology with which the Omkara Upasana can be done in the subsequent mantras. So Gaudapada, what he did was, he wrote few Karikas between this seventh mantra and the eighth mantra, so that we have a clarity of what is the seventh mantra and prepare us towards the eighth mantra. So the 10th Karika says that Nivrutte sarva dukkhanam Ishana Prabhu Avyayaha Advaita sarva bhavanam Deva Tulya Vibhu Smritaha. Deva Tulya Vibhu Smritaha. The Devaha is the Tulya. Consider this Tulya as the Deva or the Prabhu, and is to be remembered always. Smritaha means you should always remember that. That is the way to be. Savitneyaha is the mantra says. The Gaudapada said that should be always remembered in all the action. How they? Nivritte sarva dukkhanam. So here sarva dukkhanam is indicating of all experiences which is tormenting us. The waking has enough tormenting us. Whatever may be our happiness, which you think that the even the richest or the happiest or the healthiest person, that Ananda Adhikaranam of the Taittiriya says, you know, akamayata, Brahmana Anandaha, Indrasya Anandaha, ityadi. Then that person who is considered to be the monarch of the whole world, young, with all the health, beauty, and all the possessions in it, and he has got immense health so that he can live even for hundreds of years. So there is no aging or olding problems. So such a youth is considered to be the epitome of happiness for the human beings. Then the Upanishad in the Taittiriya goes from that 100 times, Shatam, 100 times such a youth is the other next level. Like that, different levels are being told, but at the end of it, everything is Shrotriyasya Akamakasya. One who has understood this Upanishad and the Shrotriya from the Shastras, his happiness is 100 times of that, whatever you want to think about it. So, what does it, the mantra indicate in the Taittiriya? Is indicating that all experiences which we are having, even he is the best of the human beings with all the whole world in his possession, his happiness is part of the Sarva Dukkhanam, because there is a limit beyond which he can't live. There is also ups and downs even in the happiness. There is nothing which remains permanent in it. So whether it is dream, waking or deep sleep, it is all considered as dukkha only as per Gaudapada. And he says that sarva dukkhanam nivritte. When that nivritti happens, or when that removal of that happens by Ishanaha, by the Ishana, here is Turiya, is the same. He is the Prabhu. Prabhu is the one who has absolute control of everything under his own territory. So that Ishana Prabhu, when he removes all the dukkhas of the three states of our experiences, then Avyayaha Advaita Sarva Bhavanam. Avyayaha, without any Vyaya, means decay. Advaitaha, without any duality present in. Sarva Bhavanam Deva. Here is the beauty of it. Sarva Dukkhanam, here he says Sarva Bhavanam. That Prabhu, Ishana, is present in all those things, in all the bhavas, all the created ones. He is inside and everything of everything. Being present is the way when we can experience Prapanchopashama. If the Deva is not in the creation, when the Prapanchopashamam comes, or when the whole experiences become null and void, there won't be anybody who is experiencing it. Therefore, Deva means Dyotanat, that which shines the state of non-duality without decay, when all the sorrow or all the experiences is being removed by the Turiya himself. The shining one which is present is Turiya. He becomes a Ishana when he is in control of the creation and the dukkhas and all. And he should be understood as Vibhu Smritaha. Vyapakatvad Vibhu. And he is only one which is present. Therefore, he is all pervading. It is this way how you have to think about the Turiya, is what Gaudapada says in the first Karika, 10th Karika after the 7th mantra. Karya Karana Baddhau Ta Vivishyate Vishwataijaso Pratnya Karana Bandhastu Dvau Tau Turye Na Siddhyata. The dvau means the two. What are the two? Vishwa Taijasa. Vishwa means the gross. Taijasa is the dream world. These two, with the world of the waker and the world of the dreamer, is conditioned by Karya Karana Bandham. In that, we all will be able to find that there is a cause and effect relationship in between them. In the waking, we have no doubt, we see that Karya Karana Bandha. But how does he say that Taijasa also is Karya Karana Bandha? How does the dream also is a cause effect thing? Because in the dream, what we see is having a causation of unfulfilled desires in the waking, but mixed with the subtlety and the hallucinating nature of the dream or the non-tangibility of the dream, it is potential to imagine various conditions which otherwise we can't explain or enjoy it in the waking of the dream, because in the waking it is controlled by the rules of the waking: gravity, space, light, time, sound. All the space, time and causation is controlling the waking, but our desires are not controlled by the time, space and causation in the waking. I can dream to be have I can have a desire of anything. That desire, when it is not fulfilled, becomes the cause for my desire fulfilling in the dream, to imagine the experience of impossible aspect of the waking to be experienced as a part of the dreamer. Therefore, there is a cause and effect relationship. The desire becomes the cause, and the effect is of the dream of hallucinating or the dream nature. Therefore, there is a cause and effect thing. But Pratnyastu, there is no effect, there is no experience in the Pratnya. But when the Karya is not there, when the effect is not there, does it mean that there is no cause also? The pot is not there doesn't mean that mud is not existing. The ornaments are not seen doesn't mean the gold is not existing. The waves are not seen doesn't mean the ocean is not there. Same way, when we do not have any experiences in the deep sleep, doesn't mean that the causality has vanished. The causality is dormant. It is not become null or nil. So causality for experience is there. That is why we have the cause feeling that when we wake up, we say that I had a good sleep. There is a pratyabhijna or a memory, recalling of that experience of not having any experience when we wake up, because the cause is present there. It is just like the other example which is used is that the pot is there in the mud. We don't see it. Only when it takes the shape and the form, we call it as a pot. But pot in the form of is a bija rupa, or as a seed form or a cause form, is available in the mud, in the lump of the clay. Same way, the cause for our experience is present in the deep sleep. But that cannot be seen while in deep sleep, but the effect of it is realized as a pratyabhijna or as a memory when we wake up. These two aspects of waker and dreamer, or the deep sleep, that is cause and effect, continuity in the waking and the dream, or the cause alone state of the deep sleep, both of them do not exist in the Turiya. Tau Turiye na vidyeta. You cannot get it in the Turiya, because Turiya is not the place where they are all in the form of cause. The causal state is in the Sushupti, not in the Turiya. That is why this mantra, this Karika says, Karya Karana Baddhau Ta Vivikshite Vishwa Taijasau Pratnya Karana Baddastu Tau Dau Turiye Na Siddhyata. Na Atmanam Na Param Cha Evam Na Satyam Napija Nanrutam Pratnya Kinjana Sambeti Turyam Tat Sarvadrik Sada. na atmanam na paramcha. The prajna is not knowing anything. That deep sleeper is not knowing himself nor himself or not nothing else. That Vishesha Vijnana Abhava is the word used by Shankara. Any specific knowledge other than itself is a cause for an experience of knowing. But that is absent in the deep sleep, neither in the form of Satya or Anruta, neither in the form of positive or not negative. You cannot say the presence of non-experience of the multiplicity or the is in the form of an absence or a shunyata in the deep sleep, nor as it is present in the form of a lump of ignorance or a avidya rupena. No, it is not that in the format. It is in a state of non-apprehension. Doesn't mean that existence is not there. It is the form of existence without apprehension. It is the existence of everything in a dormant state, but not able to comprehend it. But in the case of Turiya, it is not the case. Because we should, why this month, this Karika is very important is that many places you will see that the Sushupti is equal to Turiya, being compared by many, even Advaiti people who are not understood the reality say that because they are quoting one word from the Chandogya Upanishad, Sadi Sambadhya na viduhu Sadi Sambadhyamahe. After having become one with the Sat, we do not know we have one become one with that. The Sat is not only there in the Sushupti, the Sat is there in the waking, the Sat is there in the dream, the Sat is there in the deep sleep also. So we are never away from the Sat. So people who read this mantra of the Chandogya Upanishad say that in the deep sleep we have become one with the nature. No, we are always the nature only, then our own true nature of Turiya, whether we are in waking, dream or deep sleep. In waking, we do not know because of the diversion of the objects from the gross world. In the dream, we do not know it because of the world of dream and everything. In the deep sleep, the non-apprehension of its own nature in the form of, existence, but at the same time non-comprehension is the reason why we do not know that we are the Turiya. We are the Turiya in waking, we are the Turiya in dream, we are the Turiya in deep sleep. In no place we can know the Turiya because Turiya cannot be understood by intellect. As an object. But Turiya is ever shining. Sarvadrik Sada. That is the one because of which you are experiencing the dream. That is the one because of which you are experiencing waking. That is the one with which you are able to say that Pratyabhijna that I had a good sleep. It is that which is that pure awareness which is enshrining the entire ambit of experiences, yet it is not touched by the experiences or the absence of experiences. Neither the Jagrat Swapna nor the Sushupti can have any damage or any impact on the Turiya because like the sun shining on the all the planets which is moving underneath, yet untouched by the movement of the planets, the sun is pure shining always. This Turiya, this awareness of existence or knowledge is the one because of which the waking world is illumined, the dream world is illumined, even the non-comprehension or non-apprehension of the deep sleep is being illumined. So, tat sarvadik sada, turiyam tat sarvadik sada. This is about. Dvaidasya agrahanam tulyam ubayo pratna turyayoho. Bija nidra yuda pratnya sacha turye na vidyate. Now, this is a very controversial karika where the Bija Nidra Yuta Pratnya is a statement which Gaudapada has made it. That means In the Nidra Avastha, there is a Bijam, the causation. Before that, let us look into the other words. What is that? Dvaitasya agrahanam tulyam upayoho pratnya turyayoho. Dvaitasya agrahanam. The non-comprehension of anything other than that is equivalent in the pratnya and turiya. Pratnya also is not knowing anything. Turiya is also not attached to anything. It is just being, it is the substratum. Doesn't mean that it has got any connection with anything. But in the case of Nidra, Sushupti Avastha, there is the causation being assumed by the Pratnya, because of which it comes back in the waking to say that I had a good sleep. I knew nothing, that nothing was in the dormant state in the deep sleep. Therefore, you can say it is remained as a seed or a cause. Because a cause is not seen unless the effect is seen. From the effect only, we can assume that the cause is what? The cause by itself cannot be said is the cause. It may be an effect of something else. But whenever we see anything, it is not called a cause until because of which something else is seen. Only when we see something else other than that, by that, because of that, we call that as a cause. Now, how does the deep sleeper, the Sushupti, the Nidravastha becomes a Bija for it? Because the Pratyabhijna. Because of that memory with which we say that I knew nothing, the word nothing in the statement of the deep sleeper is indicate of everything which is other than that. So nothing is the cause which is experienced by the deep sleeper, indicating that everything was present in waking and dream, but they were not experienced by me. Therefore, they are nothing. As a cause, it was present in me. So, as a seed, it was present in the deep sleep. This is a very tricky situation to comprehend by the intellectual thing. The word nothing is always what we know about the word nothing is that absence of anything. No. Absence of anything or nothing both means there is a thing, the absence of which is being felt. The absence indicates that the potency is there somewhere, because of which I am using the word nothing or not knowing anything. That potency form, but at the same time not as an effect of experiences of the waker and the dream. That is the state which is called the Bija Nidra. Not that there was a causation for the avidya to remain in the deep sleep, and that avidya is the cause for because of which the world of waking and the dream is being projected. No, that is categorically denied by not dvitiyam jnade dvitiyam asti, not jnade dvaitam vartate, or in the Vartika of Sureshwaracharya of the Brihadaranya Vartika, especially when they are discussing about in detail about the Sushupti Avastha, he categorically denies that there is nothing other than that. Yet, the potency to become the waker and the dreamer can be assumed to be present in the deep sleeper, because when he comes to the waking, he says that I knew nothing means indicator of something which he would have wanted to experience was not present in the deep sleep. That is the situation of Bija Nidra Yuddha Pratnya. Sacha Turya na vidyate. Even that Sacha, even that Bija, Turya na vidyate. In the Turiya state, You cannot say there is nothing. I knew nothing also, you cannot say. Because nothing also can means you have to say that, you are expecting something to come out of it. Even that is not possible in the case of all. Clearly and clear cut definition or differentiation between Sushupti is not Turiya. So to bifurcate between the misunderstanding with the two, this Karika is written, but this Karika has become the cause for confusion for the most of the Advaitins, because the word Bija Nidrayuta is used there. They do not understand the word Bija is to be understood in a special sense. Only if you can understand that, then only you will differentiate between the state of deep sleep is not our real nature. There is a potency for the waking and the deep sleep to come. But Turiya is devoid of all the three. Na anda pratnyam, na bahi pratnyam, na uveda pratnyam, na pratnyam, na pratnyam, na pratnyadghanam. All those things had already been told that you cannot even re-attribute them to the Sushupti to say that this is the what is the Turiya and the Sushupti is the same. This is what the Karika is saying. Swapna nidra yudau adyau pratnyastu swapna nidraya na nidram na eva cha swapnam turyo pashyati nischita. Now, from this month Karika onwards, he is explaining how the association of the Turiya or the presence of Turiya is by from where the dreamless state and the dream and the waking, all those things can become, which will continue from in the next class. So it need to be explained in a very detailed manner. How does these activities come up? So we will do that in the next Wednesday. We'll do that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. Thank you all.